Hi, I'm Rachelle, herbalist, holistic health practitioner, and your host of Plant-Based with Well+Good. Today, we are going to make an adaptogen-infused, energizing trail mix bark. First up in this bark bar recipe is our base, and I'm using cacao paste. So this is 100% cacao. It is in a paste format, so it looks like this, big chunks of just pure dark cacao. Cacao is great for energy naturally. It contains theobromine, which is an alkaloid that we also find in caffeine, and it's a mild central nervous system stimulant. So you get a little kick when you have cacao. It also contains enzymes that prevent the body's breakdown of our bliss molecule, otherwise known as anandamide. An important point about cacao paste and all the different kinds of cacao that are out there, this contains the fat from the cacao still, so that's why it's in like a butter, bark format, if you will. Cacao powder is great. If you wanted to use that for this recipe, you would still have to add it to some kind of fat base. And if you're using chocolate, like a bar of chocolate, then you have sugar and some other additives as well. So you can do that, but this is going to be the purest, most superfoody way about it. All right, so first up, we'll have our fantastic cacao paste here. Kind of eyeball it to make sure that it's gonna fit. We're gonna put it into a saucepan or a double boiler. So we have this going over like a low heat. If you're not using a double boiler, then you really want to pay attention to it, keep it moving. We're not trying to cook it, we just want to melt it down. So rhodiola is an adaptogenic root, and that means that it's non-toxic, normalizing, and non-specific. And that means that it comes into our body and works to create a sort of balance again. And the balance that rhodiola is after is a combination of excellent energy, so physical energy, mental energy, this could be test taking, running, any kind of exertion, mood. So rhodiola is a mood support. And lastly, it's calming. And that may sound contradictory. It's calming and it's energizing, but calm energy exists. And it exists in rhodiola. It is named for the rose-like fragrance of the root, and also known as golden root in some places in the world. I'm adding about 2 teaspoons. Now that we have our rhodiola mixed into our cacao, this beautiful combination, we're going to pour it into some parchment paper on your baking sheet. Get out all the goodness, and whatever you don't get out, you get to lick later. So now we just want to spread out this mixture here. Now, the fun part. So we have a trail mix, and this can be any set of nuts, seeds, coconut flakes, dried fruit. So I'm just digging in with my hands. I think you want to do, a couple of cups of this, but basically the goal is to totally cover your base with the trail mix. And you can be very generous. If some of it sinks down into the cacao will hold it. This is great. So this is, healthy fats, obviously, which are really important for performance of all kind. Our brain needs healthy fats. Our body, if our body doesn't have fat, it'll store it instead of burning it. Really went for it here, but that's okay, it works. Even though The dried fruit in this trail mix serves as a natural sweetener for the bark. Then as we're mixing the cacao and the rhodiola, you can add a little sweetener in there, sweetener of choice. My recommendation though, because we're using this as a pre-workout or something that's more of a healthy snack and less of like a dessert, is to try to love it with just the dried fruit. And you can use dates, you can use whatever you like as the sweetener instead of adding extra. Okay, so let's put it away. And here we have a slab of that awesome bark, totally held together, see, like a big, piece. And you can use a knife if you want it to be perfect. I prefer to just break off chunks of it. So here you have it, a little bit of trail mix in every bite on top of that 100% dark cacao infused with rhodiola. Here we go. Do I have to tell you that it's delicious? Can you just tell? It's awesome. Delicious, energizing, calming, super high antioxidant, blissful, mood supportive, adaptogenic, bark. Thanks for joining us for more episodes of Plant Based. Make sure to subscribe to Well+Good's YouTube channel.